Good evening, everyone. Once again, this is Mike Molesky, and it's time for Midfield Madness. Today we have a GT4 all-inclusive race at Zolder, and it's a good one today. We've got a number of Group 2 drivers in contention, and even a few Group 3s. So to get us started, let's run through the standings for Group 2. Jeremy Arabas is in first place with 142 points, closely followed by Johan Larson with 140 points, and closely followed again by Robert Obano, who was 139 points, and Hugh Caballero with 122. So very close at the top there. And in terms of qualifications, Jeremy slipped a little bit. He qualified 13th. Johan qualified 4th. That's pretty good. Robert Obano is 16th, and Hugo is 11th. Notable mention also Andrew Ambro, who is in 7th place in the standings in Group 2, qualified 5th. So that's not a bad one also. And Danielle Britos in the top 10 qualified 9th and is 9th in the standings. As far as Group 3 goes, Mike Molesky, is in the lead with 110 points, mostly because of my perseverance in Group 4. Haven't had too many high place finishes, but I have 110 points. Next is John Collins with 80 points. Third is Becca Loram with 70, but he's not racing today. Fourth is Manuel Sousa. He is also not racing today. The other Group 3, I qualified 21st. John Collins, who's in second place, qualified 23rd. Joe Bukavik is back in with us, qualified 20th. He's been off for quite a while, and a new race back. Andy Skelton's the only other Group 3 racer, and he has a negative rating, actually, in terms of negative number of points, but he qualified 19th. So all these guys had great races, and you'll see that today. So I'm going to get started here, and I only took one little peek at the top, and there was a bit of an incident in the first corner, so we'll be following Andrew on the start, because it plays into what is going to happen here. Seems to be a little bit of a ragged start. Certainly the guys at the back noticed it's actually quite a short run up to the start, so we were only just barely past the chicane when we had to get going, and if you lagged behind a little bit, you couldn't catch up with that 70 kilometer per hour limit on the green flag. So here we get going, and let's see what transpires. So it's Andrew in the middle in that red car, and he tangles up with the number 84, which was Johan. So that was a bit of a mess, and then again a number of people got hit in that spot. The rest of us kind of came through. So let's follow Andy here a bit. Andy got tangled up in that. I was in 21st, but I think I'm actually quite far up ahead here. All things settle down. Yep, there it is. I'm in 17th place because of all that mess. Oh, let's just watch this till people settle down a little bit. That is Mr. Throwbridge ahead of me. There's a number of straight liners in, a couple of guys. Let's watch that one again. A couple of guys. It's probably, let's try that spot. Back up and play that. Oh, it was somebody I had just spun out on the first part of that corner. Maybe I'll take a look. Let's go back and look at it from a highlight point of view one more time. Can't really tell who that is. That actually might be Jeremy. back up and see if that was Jeremy. I believe it was. Jeremy gets knocked from behind by Andrew. No, Mr. Shannon. Sorry, that wasn't Andrew. Anyway, everybody got going again. Too many. Oh, he actually, that Mr. Shannon actually waited for Jeremy to come back after that little bump pass. It's good of him. Okay, so let's see what's going on back here. We've got Joe, who's on Andy's tail, and our top qualifier in our groups here was Johan Larsson. He was involved in that mess at the beginning. He qualified 4th, but is now sitting in 17th. That's unfortunate. So let's take a look here in terms of who else is battling early. Hugh is on Richard. Hugh is in his usual Chevrolet. He's been racing that all year, I believe. Mr. Howells is hot on his tail. Robert is following Andreas, I believe it's Andreas Peterson. It's going to take a while for everybody to kind of shake out here. Aaron is tight on the tail of Jeremy. I believe it was Aaron that gave him a little tag. And behind him is Andy. And behind him is Joe. So everybody's in a little trail here. All our guys in Group 2 and Group 3. And this is going to be the case quite a bit today. You guys are deep in it together. Hugh is on the back end of a long trail of cars here. Sorry, that's not Hugh. This is Hugh. There we are. Hugh and Richard Coulomb, Danny Brios, all our guys. So all 3 here in a row. With a couple of Group 2 guys, or Group 1 guys up ahead. Let's go ahead here to Richard. He looks like he's closer to Danny. It's Danny. And I'll keep an eye on these other races. Mr. Parks there at the back. I have not seen him before. Not sure if he hasn't raced much or what group he's in. Johan is hot on the tail. Oh, no, he must have passed Jeremy. So let's back that up a little bit and see how that transpired. Right here. Oh, he's on Mr. Collins, I should say. Really close to racing. Take an overhead view here. And he got him on the inside. Battled, Collins battled on the outside, but this is an interesting corner. Sometimes the outside line, and then they can hold their traction and get ahead of the person on the inside line. This wasn't the case this time. Johan got ahead. There's a bit of a battle going on behind here. Who is that? Jeremy is closely followed by John Collins. John Collins is in 2nd place in Group 3, and Jeremy is in 1st place in Group 2. So this is a bit of a battle of the leaders. Ahead, Mr. Britos is still leading in terms of the. Oh, there's a pass. Is he going to stick? Jeremy? No, it's not going to stick. Nope. I've got one eye on a hockey game now. I know you guys in England are all heavily into the current state of football, but here in Canada, it's playoff time for hockey, and tonight 3 Canadian teams are battling for the next round of the playoffs. Here in Canada, the playoffs are 7 games, and they're all game 7s. They're all tied, so it's sudden death game tonight. So a lot of people glued to their TV sets tonight. Here in Edmonton, the famous Edmonton Oilers are going to be playing at in about an hour, and they're famous for tanking in the playoffs, but hopefully tonight they will prevail. We've got a number of high-flying stars, but they just never seem to be able to produce in the playoffs. I am not typically an Oiler fan, although we'll be cheering for them tonight. My team is probably Jeremy's also. It is the Montreal Canadiens, and looks like we missed the pass here. So Johan is on my tail, and I know Johan is faster than I am today based on qualifying. Johan qualified in, get me here, and I let him, I don't fight through the chicane. Johan, where is he here? Qualified in 2nd, and I qualified in 21st, so I was not going to battle that one too much. I stayed with him for a little while. Let's see what else we got going here. Aaron is still battling with Jeremy, who's also battling with John Collins. So let's watch this one from behind a little bit. Oh, I know what we'll do. We'll watch this one from the front and look out the tail for a change. I love this view. You get a lot better appreciation for the speed of these cars when we look at this view, and we get to see both people behind us. Jeremy's got some momentum here, and he backs off a little bit before the chicane. Aaron is also backed off a little bit there, and who was behind Aaron? Andy Skelton's bringing up the rear a little bit, not too far behind. Andrew is catching up to Joe. Oop, there's Joe, going a little wide. Andrew's trying to make up for, he doesn't have much paint left on his nose there, but he's trying to make up for that problem at the beginning. He looks like he's got a bit of damage to his hood. He may be battling a little bit of aero damage there. So yeah, he got past Joe. Let's see how this battle is going. Oop, let's see the front guy. This battle is still raging on. I told you this race in the midfield was pretty exciting. I know, probably pretty exciting up at the front, but unfortunately, Mark didn't stream this. We're going to miss that front stuff. I can't cover both. Oh, there's John, I think, almost lost in the beginning of that chicane. Take a driver point of view. I'm going to be in here with Andy for a bit. Andy hasn't had any airtime. Watch this 4-way battle from back-end point of view. And let me look up the ladder here a little bit. Danny Brigos is still in the lead. It's in 7th place in our group with Richard Coulomb behind him by a second. And Hugh Caballero just is catching up to Richard. I know it's pronounced Richard because his last name is Coulomb, and he's from Canada. I believe he's actually from Quebec, so I assume he is a French Canadian. And that would not be Richard, that would be Richard. I'm bilingual, by the way, that's why I pronounce these things. I'm happily sitting in 16th place there with 3 or 4 seconds between cars that are sandwiching me. So for now, I'm just merrily lapping along. Oh, and you've got still this battle going on. Andrew, not Andrew, but Mr. Shannon, or Aaron, sorry, Aaron. He's showing us 0.2 seconds behind there, so he must have got in really close. Let's just keep an eye on all these battles to see if anything happens. Danny Britos has made up some time on Neil Bywater. He's up there in rarefied air with the big boys. Take a look at him, how he's making up. Really up there. 7th place is not bad, and these are A1 drivers up there that he's with. McLarens seem to be doing very well in Group 2. Quite a few of them there. The top 2 guys, Wood and Saunders, are both in McLarens, and here we are with Danielle, and he's in a McLaren also. And our battles back here are still going on. Aaron is still right behind. Oh, he's behind Andy. So did Andy make up the spot? Yes, he did. Looks like Aaron's going to get it back here. Take a look at that pass. Let's go back here. Let's see what happened. Take an upside top view. And Andy touched the wall there. That probably made him a little disconcerted. I oversteered, so I don't know why he looks like he actually slowed down there. I believe Jeremy passed him also. Jeremy is trying to pass him, and looks like he is going to on the inside. So I don't know if Andy suffered some damage there, or he just let's take a look at him. There he is. He's got his hood moving. No, his head's not moving. He just got rattled a little bit because he's going back on who is that? That's Aaron. Or no, sorry, Andrew. This is quite a train of Group 2 and Group 3 guys. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. From 15th to 21st, fairly close together. Well, Joe's this little train of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a little 6 car a little bit ahead is all Group 2 and Group 3 guys. Catching up to me, I think Mr. Collins is only a second and a half behind me. Maybe I'll go up the ladder here and watch the race from everybody's point of view. Here we are with Andrew, with Aaron, and Jeremy's making a play on John Collins. Got the inside line. Can he hold it? Here could be an example. See, the outside line sometimes is just as fast. Yeah, in that particular time. Let's take a peek at that. Oh, and actually he got passed again. Let's take a peek at that, because that outside line is pretty quick, because you can hold your speed. Let's look at it from this point of view. So this is Jeremy in the middle, and let's get that going. So Jeremy gets great momentum here, goes to the inside on John. So John's on the outside here, but you can take a lot of speed here. It's very wide. Oh, and Jeremy just had a little bit of a hiccup there. That's probably why he lost the second spot. So Jeremy lost 2 spots there. Let's just keep with this. Hopefully Jeremy doesn't get over anxious, getting upset over losing a couple of spots. And he is going to take a peek on the inside there. Thought better of it. Chicane's not the greatest place to go. And behind them is Andy. Stay with Jeremy for a bit. John is battling it out with, or Aaron is battling it out with John Collins. So Jeremy going to try and take advantage of both of them here. He's got some pace. And John went wide. Oh, there we go. And he's going to lose 2. Oh, and Jeremy just lost it. Hang on here. Let's take a look at that. from the top here. So going into that tight U-turn, Jeremy is looking for some advantage there and just hits the throttle a little too high and hits the wall very hard. Oh, nasty hit, nasty hit. And he's going to go into the pits, unfortunately. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate. He's had an interesting race. Such a hard hit, though. And this is John, I believe, trying to get by Aaron. And Aaron's trying desperately to hold on, but doesn't. Oh, John went wide. Aaron's got the outside line, and as we saw, the outside line in this next corner is sometimes pretty quick. And he is going to prevail, I believe. Nope, it's still neck and neck. Still neck and neck. This one you can't go wide. There we go. He got onto the grass. He's going to lose a little traction there. Let's have is going to continue. All right, let's take a look up at the leaderboard here. Danielle is still in 7th place. Richard Coulomb is 2 seconds behind him, but Hugh Caballero is caught up to Richard again. He's only half a second behind and putting pressure on him. Robert Obano is one of our guys too, in 3rd place in Group 2. He's primarily, he's pressuring Stephen Howells a little bit here. Anyway, let's stick with Hugo for a while. See if this battle brings any fruit. Oh, let's back down here. Andy Skelton and John Collins are going at it. Andy is right up his butt. Chevrolet against an Aston Martin. Or McLaren, sorry. And Europe against the US of A. And he's got a little bit of momentum going here. Is he going to make it stick? Let's watch it. No, the Aston Martin, or the McLaren again, sorry. Had a little bit more on the straightaway. And he, of course, is not going to give up, and he never gives up. I'm going to get the outside line here. No, both take the inside line. Let's see if you guys got a little momentum again. Let's watch it from his point of view. It's very close. Takes a peek on the inside. No. It's shut down. Great race back here. See, we can do some fun racing back here in the tail end of the crowd also. I mean, our times are not really that much worse, 3 or 4 seconds, but everybody now is quite consistent, so nobody, even though they may be behind or low down in qualification, they can throw consistent laps out there and stay together. Fighting for the position here. Aaron has caught up to me. Myself some airtime here. And let's maybe look at it from the back. One of my favorites. Given that I raced the race, so I know this. I knew Aaron was quite a bit faster than me, so I'm staying ahead of him as much as I can, but I'm not going to risk my race today by battling him into any kind of difficult zones. And here he goes on the inside. Takes a peek. He's going to stick, let it stick. And do I let him go by? No. Hold on. Look at it from the top here. Well, he did get back. Yeah, I didn't want to battle too much there. No use ruining both of our races. Okay, let's go back to Hugh is being pressured by Andreas. And Hugo, sorry, not Hugh, but Hugo. And Hugo is pressuring Richard still. And Richard is not that far behind Britos. Britos is a car ahead. But Hugh is under pressure here. Let's see how this all shakes out. Andreas is a Group 1 driver. He's in a Mercedes. That's the car I'm in. It's not the best car in this field, I don't believe. deal with it. It's a pretty heavy car. Let's see how he and Chevy's not exactly a light Ginetta either, but with the right driver, any car can be fast. You'll see that here. Some people don't like this track, but I kind of found it kind of fun. I love that last corner we just went through. And so this complex, this corner here, that complex of 1, 2, 3, 4, I think is pretty cool. Mr. Urbano is not far behind this group, who's pressuring Stephen Howells. Johan's a couple of seconds behind. And at the back here, they've spread out a little bit. Andy, John, Ambrose, and myself were all a couple of seconds behind. Oh, and Robert just lost it a little bit there. Stayed off the wall, thank goodness, but he lost a bit of time. So let's go to the battle here. The never-ending battle between Hugo and Richard. And Danielle Britos is up in that white car in the distance. Oh, I think back here we've also got a battle. These guys seem to be Andrew Ambrose catching up to me. Again, I know he's faster than me, so I'm going to put up as much of a fight as I can, but not ruin my race. Aaron Shannon's up ahead. Andrew qualified. What did he qualify? Boom! And he goes upside the grass. Oh, let's watch that one again. Trying to see where he qualified. He qualified 5th, so I knew he was pretty quick. Let's back up here. Watch that one from above. So I go into this corner. I braked a little early. Did I lose it a bit? Yeah, I just couldn't hang on. It broke a little bit. Just missed my rear end quarter. Off on the grass, but held on to it. It just missed. Oh, just missed that wall. That wall was pretty close. It's lucky he didn't lose it in the grass there and go crashing into that wall. But good on you, Andrew. I can keep up with Andrew for a few minutes. Oh, let's jump to Hugo. Mr. Peterson has passed Hugo somewhere. Let's back up a little bit. See where that happened. Right here. Back up and watch it from above. So Hugo is orange car, and Andreas passes him on the outside. Goes a little wide. Hugo catches up. Very interesting corner that's got a couple of little lanes that you can make up time on. So now they're a little neck and neck. This is where, oh, Hugo got some momentum on that, and he's catching up. Now they're approaching the chicane. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, side by side, Hugo lays back a little bit. Andreas straight lines it, goes over sausage, and he lets Hugo go by, or Hugo got by. So that's pretty cool. So Hugo is back behind, chased down Richard, who got ahead. And all that is a second and a half ahead now. Hugo's got to look at. Back to the back of that green McLaren. Getting sick of looking at the back of that sucker. And you can see the back of the other McLaren up front with Danielle. So Johan now is caught up to Steven in an Alpine. So here we got a Porsche against an Alpine. Oh, just a good cut. This one in good time. Yeah, Porsche's got some momentum going. I think he lays off coming into the chicane. I respect the guys using the Alpines, great around the corners, doesn't have as much straightaway speed. Watch the Porsche catch up here probably. Let's see if Johan can keep it going through the corner. Oh, he had to brake. Oh, the Alpine went a little wide. Almost onto the dirt. And now going around the outside. You gonna get the stick? No. Alpine is hanging in there. The Porsche sure has momentum though. Let's see what happens in this corner. Outside, inside, nice corner on Steven's part, but now I think the Porsche is going to pull away. A bit of a straight here. Look at it from above, and the Porsche comes around. Yes. Oh, took the sausage, threw his back end out a little bit. The Alpine's got a bit of momentum coming, so he's going to be able to get by him. Nope, the Porsche hangs on. Let's see if Alpine can make, Steven can make any progress here. See how that Porsche pulls away under power. Take another look down the leaderboard here. Danielle is still in 7th place. He's 3 seconds behind Neil Bywater. And second and a half ahead of Richard, who's got a couple of seconds on Hugo. Johan 7 seconds behind there. And this is where we're watching. Further back, everybody's spread out a little bit right now. Nobody's within a second and a half, so we'll stick with watching if Steven can chase down Johan in the Porsche. Keep an eye out on everything else. Guys, I say some people don't like this. This is I love this corner. You can take it at very high speed as long as you approach it in the right angle and you got the right entry speed, and just floor it coming around this one. And this one is just a tap on the brakes, coast around, and heavy on the throttle right there at the apex. So it's a great corner to practice your hitting an apex and hitting the throttle right at the apex. Porsche's pulling away slightly, just got a little bit more grunt, I think, than the Alpine. And let's see if anybody else is close. Andreas is putting pressure on Aaron. We've got a Mercedes against an Aston Martin here. Probably the next closest battle. And Terry Throwbridge is up behind, he caught up behind Robert. Robert must have made a mistake there at some point. Oh, we're watching. Steven got ahead of Robert somehow, so Robert must have made an error at some point. Let's maybe I'll go back a little bit and see if we can find out where that happened. He's behind. Let's see, Terry was behind Steven. I can't find out. I gotta go back too far to see where. Past those islands. Andreas is back to where we were before here. Andreas and Aaron. Halfway through the race here. Andreas is really pressuring Aaron. You watch it. Tail end view. Man, that Mercedes has a long hood. Long car, long wheelbase. One of the things I was mentioning on our Thursday practice race last night was, you know, I can go, obviously we can all go look for specs on these cars, but it's too bad ACC doesn't have a little spec sheet on all the cars. Oh boy. Andreas is really putting the pressure on now. He's got a bit of momentum. I don't think he's going to make it. He'll probably have to back off before this corner. That's going to be interesting to see how this corner transpires. Aaron held it together there. Stayed ahead. Yeah, it would be nice if they had a little spec sheet on cars. You know, so you just go back to it once in a while. Well, they had that on AC. That was nice to look into. A little bit of history of the car, specs, and whatnot. And look at the leaderboard there. Everybody's kind of spread out except for this one. Terry's a little bit closer to Urbano than most. But right now, this is the battle on the field. Aaron certainly is hanging in there against I believe it's a Group 1 driver. Oh! Terry, or Andreas there. Took a big bump. Ambro in the distance back there. Oh, that was a nice corner. Oh, but he slid a little bit. Lost the momentum. Looked like he had a bit of momentum coming into the corner, but the little slide took it away. It's too bad, Jeremy, you're out. Oh, there's some momentum. Here we go. Here we see it. Let's see if it's going to stick. Down the straight. McLaren against Mercedes, and the Mercedes still had a little bit more momentum. Oh, he backed off. But Aaron went into the dirt. Aaron went into the dirt. That's that battle gone for a little while until he can catch up. But that was fun. That was fun to watch. Let's see what else we can look at here. Maybe I'll just run down all our boys from the beginning. There's Danielle. And by himself, he's a second behind Neil Bywater. Again, up there in a rarefied air, those Group 1 alien drivers. Cody Shaw is 30 seconds behind. And maybe we'll do driver reviews here. So there's Britos up in the distance. Next is Hugo, who is within striking distance of Shaw as usual. Johan is back here. You can see these cars also. Next would be Robert in 12th place, and next would be Aaron in 16th place, and he's closely followed by Andrew Ambro, who has got aero damage but is still hanging in there. See his hood flopping a little bit. And I am 8 seconds back. And Andy is catching up to me. He's only a couple of seconds back now. John is 10 seconds back of Andrew, and Joe is pulling up the rear right now, but catching up to John in 21st place. So let's take a look at what do we pick here? We will pick Andy for a while. He hasn't had too much airtime. Ooh, got a little wide there. He's trying to track me down, which I know because that's me ahead. He does track me down, and we will see how he's able to catch up. His supreme driving skills, or did I make a mistake? Notice that Terry is catching up to Robert again. Janetta versus Porsche battle. Group 1 versus Group 2. But Robert is barely a Group 2. He's in 3rd place. there's actually there's 3 guys here. There's Mr. Lingholm as part of this group, so that could start harassing Terry a little, and that might have an effect on this 3-way battle. And John Collins must have made a mistake because Joe is right on his tail at the moment. Oh, he was for a second. Let's see here, Joe. Joe, if you don't know, is a good friend of mine. We worked together for a number of years. Oh, we're getting into laps. Here, these are leaders. That's why Joe slowed down a bit. Those are our leaders, probably Wood and Saunders. So we back markers are going to start affecting the race here a little bit. So let's see if Jonathan, I believe it's Jonathan Wood, is catching up to, that is John ahead. And he is very closely followed by Mr. Saunders here, so these 2 guys are battling it out and they have to make their way through traffic. Maybe we'll follow this a little bit because there's not too many other races going on. There we go. And that, I believe, was John Collins. Let the leaders go through. And Mr. Collins is 10 seconds behind. Woo! Both took the sausages a little hard there, but they maintained their positions, actually. This is a battle of 2 McLarens. But anyway, we'll get back to that when they catch up to Andy. Whew. Good racing here. But we are focusing on Group 3 and 2. And as Hugo and Johan are in a little battle. Johan was ahead by quite a bit, I thought. So he made a little mistake. And Hugo caught up. But he was very close a few seconds into the segment. He was only 0.3 seconds behind. And what else is going on? Reviews. Mr. Amro was pretty close behind, or Andrew was pretty close behind Shannon. Let's just see what that means in terms of standings here. So Aaron is in 10th place in Group 2. And Andrew Amro ahead is in 7th place, so this is a bit of battle for position. The other big battle, just for shits and giggles, as my friends like to say, Johan Larson and Robert Urbano are pretty close to each other. And they are battling for 2nd and 3rd place. And since Andrew is out of the race today, he'll be stuck with his points. So these 2 guys are again 2 and 1 points behind. So there'll be a change in leadership here probably if these guys finish. So Johan, Robert Urbano is here, and Johan is actually it's not that close. Johan's probably 13, 15 seconds ahead. Looking at the leaders again, are they catching up to anybody? Actually, yes, there's somebody up ahead. That might be Andy. The leaders are catching up to. I believe it is. Andy is now right on my tail. So let's follow that and follow how the leaders get through the 2 of us. There's Andrew. There's Jonathan. Give Andrew some airtime here. He's got up quite a few seconds. I mean, I don't think I made any mistakes. Andrew just put the metal to the floor, the pedal to the metal, and caught up to me. You all know Andy's a pretty good driver, and he is tenacious. As soon as he saw me there a few seconds behind, he started pushing the envelope a little bit, I think. I was pretty consistent in my times, and he was behind me by 4 or 5 seconds for quite a while, and then all of a sudden this happened. And there's Jonathan. See, these 2 guys are battling, so this is very interesting that they're going to have to get through some traffic here and see if the battle is able to we're able to get through this battle. Let's back that up to see what happened there. It's just pretty close behind, that's all. Andrew and I have had, or Andy and I have had lots of battles, so we both know each other quite well. He's following me pretty closely. We're both pretty safe drivers, so we trust each other. But I also know that Andy does not give up, so I've kind of taken on some of that attitude also, and as you can see, I am certainly not giving up. Earlier in the year, when I was not as confident, I would have probably let him go by, but not now. So I'm going to take some defensive postures here, like this little corner. Not going to give him an easy pass. Jonathan caught up to us. Yeah, he's getting close to catching up to us. Andrew switched to the Chevy, I think, a few races back. I think he's having good luck, but I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure what he had before. Jonathan doing? Okay, let's watch it from here. Andy took a little bit of a wide turn there. And Mr. Saunders, I believe it's John, is right behind him. Let's see what happens. 4 of us here. So we're getting blue flags like crazy. I'm certainly not going to give up position until Andy. Oh, Jonathan's really trying to get by Andy. Andy's not giving any quarter. Oh, it's traded some paint. Now Andy gives up. And there's a bit of contact there. Let's stop that one and watch what happened. So this is all coming back to way back here. Let's do an overhead view. So I'm not sure if Andy did the right thing in trying to battle here. Let's see. Jonathan's really trying to get by him. Look at that, back and forth and back and forth. And it's really affecting his race. Oh, they took a little trade, but nothing, no problems there. But, oh, Andy just took this normal line, and Saunders had no room. And Andy, unfortunately, took the worst of that. Let's see if Andy gets going again. Come on, Andy. Oh, no, he went into the pit, so that's the end of his race. I don't know if he comes back out again. All right, well, let's take a look at some other races going on. Mr. Urbano is in the midst of a little battle here with a McLaren. So Lingholm must have got by Mr. Terry. Back to Terry here. Look at it from their point of view. This is three cars. Terry was battling with Robert for quite a while. Oh, the Ginetta is going to get the inside here. Is he going to be able to keep it going with speed? Looks like it. So he's back to battling the Porsche again. Of Robert Urbano. But Robert is holding his own against these guys. He's been ahead of these 2 guys for quite a while. So hopefully it's going to make him get a promotion to Group 2. Or Group 1, I should say. Robert's in Group 2. Yeah, let's see if there's any other battles going up higher here. Danny Britos is still nicely in 7th place, but is putting pressure on Christian. Is he not? Oh no, that's Christian on Bywater, sorry. Go back to Terry here. Danny's in 5 seconds behind 6th place, and he's 8th place is 3 seconds behind him, so he's comfortably in 7th. So that should bump him up in the ranks quite a bit. He is currently in 9th place in the standings, and he qualified 9th, so he's doing fairly well. He gained a couple spots. Oh, we got a little wide, and it'll bump. And is the Ginetta going to get the inside? Again, this inside line's not always the faster. Whoa, that was a hell of a defensive move. Just cut right in front of him. Maybe he got the all clear from crew chief there, but that was a nasty swing. Because that outside line is still a good racing line on that corner. How much time we got left in our race here? Oh, with 3 or 4 laps. Lots of time for stuff to happen. Is there anybody else in play here? In 18th place, Joe's in 19th. He's a couple of laps behind me. What happened there? Joe must have had a problem and fell behind. John Collins is also a couple of laps behind. A group of 3 cars here again. These guys have been at it all day. Whoa, overcorrect there. Correct. Quickly. Oh! Let's see where this all shakes out. Terry is trying to hang on. We'll go back and look at that and see what happened. And that it must be Mr. Lingholm coming by him. Okay, let's stop it and go back there. Looks like Robert lost it for a second. Keep more, a little bit more. Look at from the top here. So Terry is behind Robert at this point. Coming down the back straight or front straight. Lots of room there. And Robert just hits the throttle. Oh, and he's on the paint. And when he's on the paint, you get slippy. So there was a bit of a bit there. And Terry lost it a little bit around the corner. So a little unsettled. And I believe it's Kenneth Lingholm got the better of him. So Mr. Urbano now is back here. If you can see the boys, you can still see them up there. Let's see if you can catch up to the same 3 boys in the next few laps. And what is happening? Johan is a couple of seconds behind. Oh, he's even closer. Richard and Johan are at it again. Oh, that was Hugh that was battling with Richard. So Johan now is there. Now Johan is in 2nd place in the standings. And Hugh is in 4th place. So Hugh and Johan are definitely got something going here in terms of points. Tires didn't seem to get too affected today. In the sense of wearing out. These 45-minute races don't always have that much of an effect on the tires going. I don't find. Maybe some of the other cars. I was in the Mercedes, so I didn't notice too much degradation in the tires. Maybe other cars a bit harder on it. Johan is really pressuring Richard here. And Richard's not that far behind Daniel, so it was a good battle. Hugo is six seconds behind, so he's kind of out of it at this point now, unless somebody makes a mistake. Took a little peek. Make sure he knows he's there. Let's see if the Porsche can get the McLaren here on the straight. Nope, McLaren pulls away. Let's see how the corner goes. One little chicane. Oh, the Porsche had a little bit more, but couldn't get any place to use his momentum. He had a bit of momentum going through the second part of the chicane, but nowhere to go and had to lay off. Now the McLaren takes off again. Both have a good quarrel. There's a little slippage there on the McLaren. The Porsche takes advantage, side by side, and the Porsche goes ahead. Take a quick peek at that. I believe the McLaren just lost a little bit of traction right there, coming off the paint. And then the Porsche had momentum. This wide line, as we know, it looks like the McLaren laid off a little bit there. Didn't have to. You could have lots of room to go around the outside. So now Richard is behind. I really hate the fact that the replay here does not update the interval times until you hit a section line. Can't really use that for quite a while. Can't use that until they get by, see? Michelle, not giving up yet. Don't push it too hard. Late on the throttle there. And are there any other battles here? Daniel's in the distance in this 3-car group. Where is Daniel in the standings? Daniel is 9th. And so he's stands to gain a few points on Hugo. Danielle is behind here. Let's see, far ahead. Who is that? He's got Christian. Is it Christian? Or though that must be a back marker. We'll get a number on here. 817. Who is 817? That is Joe. Joe Bikavik. Daniel's trying to lap him. Joe's getting green. Should be getting blue flags. I don't see any. Joe should be letting him go by. Sort of does. There's Joe now. And now Joe is involved in this whole pile up here. He let Johan by. And there's Richard trying to come. He's going to have to go by him next. Not a great place to pass. Oh, there was a tap there. Did that ruin Joe's race? Well, Joe's still hanging in there. Back up there a little bit. This is Joe. And, oh yeah, he got tapped. I don't know if he should have backed off there. That wasn't a great place to pass either. At least he bounced off the wall and stayed in it. And I guess that's the last lap. So, there we go. That was an exciting race in the midfield here, as usual. Do a rundown on everybody. Top performer today was Daniel Britos in 4th place. Not very far behind was Johan Larsson. So, Johan will be jumping into 1st place in Group 2 since Jeremy had to retire. Next is Richard Coulombe, who is doesn't have any points because I think he's just back from a layoff. Hugh Caballero was in 4th place, so he will pick up some points because in 3rd place was Robert Obano, who finished in 14th, the next guy down. So I think Hugo was going to jump into 3rd place. So that's a lot of, well, maybe not in 3rd place. Yeah, because Urbana wasn't that far behind. So anyway, it'll be interesting to see how the standings come out after this race. Next was Aaron Shannon in 16th place, followed by Andrew Ambro. So let's see where they were. Andrew is in 7th place, and Aaron Shannon is in 10th place. So he picked up a few points on Andrew. I am in 1st place in Group 3, and John Collins is in 2nd. He finished behind me. Joe Bikavik doesn't have very many points. He hasn't raced very much. He is behind me, and Andy Skelton is just following behind not following behind, he's behind in both the standings and in the race. So unfortunately, I am going to be away for the next 6 weeks, so this will be the last. I'm not going to have access to a microphone or a way to get the replays, so no more midfield madness for a while, and I won't be racing for 6 weeks. So we will see you all at the end of June, near the end of the season. So have a good evening, you guys, and hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Thanks.